sorry. Yeah. Should I don't even know what the hell to say at this point. Like, say clever things. No, it's not kind of mustard. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm 2/3 into this game and I've already hit peak after the end of the first half, so ugh, just end my fucking misery, please. Anyways, hello, unfortunate subjects, and welcome back to Resident Evil 5. In the last episode, the game threw more bullshit at us. Surprise, surprise. In other news, the sun rises in the east. It causes grass to grow. Water is wet. And 2020 is probably one of the most utterly chaotic and completely ball-shattering years in human history. But enough about facts. In the last episode, we finally finished the temple, involving dodging giant frickin' laser beams powered by the sun. That was fun. Trying to do a bunch of tedious reflecting light puzzles with insta-kill lasers. That was fun. And now we're going underground into a mysterious lab. Because we found it. In the middle of an abandoned temple. Yeah, there's an underground temple. There's like a temple in a cave, lost to civilization, that still has all the architecture perfectly intact, or at least somewhat perfectly intact, that people can traverse through it, with giant freaking laser beams powered by the sun, built by a bunch of guys that seem stuck, by a tribe stuck in 15th century Africa. And there's an underground lab underneath it that somehow nobody in their right mind ever noticed. Can you tell this was written by chimps? But enough. Let's fucking start this. Alright. So, we do have a new weapon to buy here. Yeah. Good old-fashioned SIG P226. And, because we can now buy that, the Beretta is finally getting put away into the inventory screen, because the P226 is, in my opinion, easily the best handgun in the game. It's got good firepower, good capacity, good reload speed. It is a solid... Hold up. 200 and 400. That's 700. You have got to be fucking kidding me. You mean to fucking tell me that I am $700 short of buying the best handgun in the game and I still have to use the Beretta? But yeah, the P226 is easily the best handgun in the entire game. It wasn't like back in Resident Evil 4 where the Red 9 and the Blacktail were both equal contenders for that title, and it really came down to a choice of personal preference. Nah, stat-wise, the SIG P226 is the best handgun in the game. It hits the hardest. It's got good balance of capacity and reload speed and power. It's just a good all-around solid handgun. Once you buy this, every other handgun becomes irrelevant in the game. It's kind of funny, actually. And also, new in this, we have the bulletproof vest. And like the melee vest, you don't actually wear it on your character. You have to put it in your inventory slot, taking up shit. Why is there a bulletproof vest? We haven't faced off against any enemies with firearms. Yet. It's gonna change in this chapter. But let's get into this.
I wonder if this is what Irving meant by answers.
Not sure. But obviously there's a connection here with Umbrella. And that's never a good sign.
We can worry about this later. First, we need to find out about Jill.
You're right. Let's see what we can dig up.
This fucking game, man. This fucking game. Every time I think I'm through it, every time I think the Stockholm Syndrome was like water purifiers, water's probably for the fire. No shit. Every time I think I'm over this game's bullshit, every time I think that the Stockholm Syndrome is starting to kick in, every time I'm starting to think, hey, maybe this game isn't so bad after all. It's actually kind of underrated. I didn't give this a fair shot. It just reaches deep into the cavernous abyss of its dark black asshole and pulls more bullshit out to inflict me with and make sure that I suffer deep, erroneous, miserable pain in every fiber of my being. Not even trying to do RCR style commentary is making me feel fucking better about this. But I will try and shut the fuck up. Keyword being try. Oh, document. From Chief Researcher Brandon's Journal, number 1. 1966. Jesus Christ. December 4th. Mr. Spencer once spoke of a flower called the Stairway to the Sun. Supposedly, this flower would give the person who consumed it incredible ability. Mr. Spencer was telling us, but later research would prove us wrong. The first person to recognize the validity of that story was my teacher, Dr. James Marcus. He hypothesized that a virus hereto unknown might exist that could alter DNA. The man was so perspicacious. His hypothesis turned out to be correct. By the way, anyone who's never played my Resident Evil games, any Resident Evil games before this one, and doesn't understand it, brief recap, Oswald Spencer was one of the 3 founders of Umbrella back in the 60s when they discovered the progenitor virus. He's the one that built the mansion in Resident Evil 1. Dr. Marcus was kind of like the head researcher of Umbrella. He's the guy that Wesker and William Birkin from Resident Evil 2 trained under. You want more explanation, go watch my Resident Evil 0 playthrough where I discuss this. Don't play Resident Evil 0 though, just don't. But yeah. The virus discovered in that flower was labeled progenitor. For 3 months in Africa, we worked diligently, fretted over results, and starved off attacks from the Indipaye. After such time, our efforts were finally rewarded. Even Dr. Marcus, who until yesterday looked exhausted, was in good spirits. He wants to return home as soon as possible to delve deeper into his research. I feel the same way. I want to learn the secrets of this progenitor virus as soon as possible. 1967. February 12th. We've hit the metaphorical brick wall. We brought the progenitor flower back from Africa and attempted to cultivate it here. The initial culture samples of the progenitor virus have not shown DNA-altering characteristics. We cultivated the flower to mass-produce the progenitor virus. At first, everything proceeded smoothly. The plants were strong and grew quickly. In a short amount of time, they flowered. But here is when a major problem surfaced. The flowers did not contain the progenitor virus. Perhaps the environment in which they're grown triggers the development of the virus. This matter must be investigated further. March 23rd. We've made no progress. We've tried cultivating the fire under different conditions, but with no luck in triggering development of the virus itself. Thus far, we have tried changing the soil, water, temperature, and light exposure, all with no success. How does that work? Supposedly, and I know I'm bringing logic into Resident Evil, but you mean to tell me that a bunch of researchers, and granted, I understand this is 1967 that this journal comes from, where advancements in horticulture and botanical culture aren't necessarily like they are in 2009, where this game takes place. But you mean to fucking tell me that even if you were to perfectly recreate the exact temperatures and exact conditions that this flower grows in, that the virus still wouldn't show up because space voodoo magic or something? Fuck off. I got into a heated debate with Dr. Marcus about the direction this research was taking. During that debate, Mr. Spencer interjected some foolhardy notion of starting a company. Without the progenitor virus, there's no point in starting a company. Does he not see that? It's all pointless! It is all pointless, and more ways than one. So now we're in the basically kind of more or less an underground lab. Research Center Director Brandon's Journal. 1998. November 16th. We've closed down the research center. It's strange, but I don't really care. I'm indifferent to the whole thing. I feel the same way as when I heard that the Arclay facility in Raccoon City were destroyed. When did I become so apathetic? I've spent every waking moment researching and extracting the progenitor virus. Everything I did was for Dr. Marcus. Actually, when I think about it, I probably stopped caring the day I heard he had died all those years ago. Oh, boo-hoo, you're a poorly written, mad scientist guy who owned a torture lab in his basement, ended up getting shot to death by the same underhanded, backstabbing pricks that he himself trained under. Boo fucking who. I didn't feel angry or happy or even shocked. I felt nothing at all. I was as if all my emotions just shut down. I just kept sending out samples of the progenitor virus to all of Umbrella's laboratories. I was just an automated machine reporting to Umbrella headquarters every time one of my subordinates made a breakthrough or discovered something new. I was like a zombie ambling through life. No thoughts, no feelings. Take your pretentious, fiery pose and shove it up your ass game. You haven't earned it. And now the research center where I spent half my life is closed. I really don't care one way or another. It's probably all for the best. Perhaps it is too late to have any semblance of a life again. Just loudly imagine reading this while How Could This Happen to Me by Simple Plan plays in the background, and you'll understand the level of not giving a shit that I have right now. A shelf for files and sketches. Nothing of use here.
You grab it.
Okay.
Take it.
Roger.
God damn, game. Oh, yay. They're back. Invoice copy. Umbrella Training Facility, Dr. James Marcus, 5 cases of the progenitor sample, December 15th, 1977, Africa Research Center Director Brandon Bailey. Here's another question that I have to... That was a waste. Here's another question I have to ask. I get that Umbrella is a multinational company, and, you know, but you mean to tell me that this particular place has been kept running for 40 plus years by the time the events of this game happen, and nothing's gone wrong? Really? I'm sure things have gone wrong,
but they could be using them to produce biological weapons.
That's...
This is the facility from the picture. No doubt about it.
We're finally getting somewhere.
God bless the voice actors in this game. They're trying their best, but it really does feel like some of the most boring, monotone, ham-fisted, expository bullshit. I haven't heard... Ooh. I mean, I haven't heard blatant exposition disguising itself as clever dialogue and storytelling since fucking Destiny. Blood-stained hallways. It's always a good sign in any supposedly horror setting. Oh yeah, still gonna do this bullshit. Looks like it was torn apart by animals. Not a good way to go. Oh, animals seems kind of right. But, yeah. I know what appears in this chapter. I won't admit this. If I actually gave a shit, this would be a genuinely creepy moment.
Careful. I saw something.
Yep. I know what's coming up. I'm not fucking happy about it. Oh good. More dog enemies. Because, you know... Oh, those are... Jesus fucking Christ, look at those goddamn rats. How the hell did they get so big? Shit. What, did we just come across the secret formula? Or is Umbrella trying to recreate Skaven from Warhammer Fantasy? The fuck?
Take it!
Okay.
It's like some Secret of Nim shit going on here. Oh yeah! These fucking things are back! Yep! The Lickers from Resident Evil 2 have made their appearance in this game proper. Yeah. Why are the Lickers back? No reason. Other than some blatant fan service. So... You may recall in the remake of Resident Evil 2, I really fucking hated these things. For good reason. Anyone who's played through the Resident Evil 2 remake or even the original knows what a pain in the ass these godforsaken enemies were. They were fast, they hit hard, they could hit from anywhere because of those stupid tongues, and they wasted a lot of resources. In Resident Evil 2, I despise them, especially the gimmick of having to basically walk around at a snail's pace to avoid it. But in Resident Evil 2, it was suspenseful. Here, it's just tedious. But I will give Resident Evil 2 credit, at least the remake the credit, at least you can move and shoot and generally try and evade and had options. Now, how'd you like to face off against the Lickers in this game, which still have the same mobility and general pain-in-the-ass mentality that they have in the Resident Evil 2 remake, but you're standing completely fucking still, and you have to use button prompts to avoid some of their attacks. Does that sound like fun to you? No? Didn't think so. Well, fuck you. You're gonna have to do it anyway.
Thanks, partner.
Okay, I think I know what's in here. Yep! Da, Ivan. What would it be for video game set in Africa if you did not have Kalashnikov patterned rifle as a weapon that you could use? Yep, the AK-74. Why this and not the AK-47? No reason, they just want it to be different. So the AK-74 is the highest damaging machine gun in the entire game. It does the highest damage per bullet out of all of them. I think the only... I'm trying to remember. So this is the monitor room, although the monitor's offline though. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep this for Chris, and there's another machine gun we haven't discovered that I'm going to give to Sheva. It does have the highest damage in the game. The only problem is that being an AK platform, it's got a shit ton of recoil to it, so it's a little bit hard to control. Not necessarily the best weapon as far as trying to be...
Thank God there weren't more of them.
Yeah, we wouldn't last in a fight with a whole horde.
Famous last words. Not as precise as it should be, but I think it's a decent all-around weapon. As a general rule, I don't think the machine guns are the most useful class of weapon in this game. They have their purposes, but generally they're kind of outclassed by everything else, especially with the ammo problems. But you know, they're all right. And the AK-74 is definitely my favorite out of them, but a little bit of a low bar, not gonna lie.
I don't think they'll notice us.
What was that about a
Guess their
full horse
senses are
demo?
weak.
Just to be safe, we should be as quiet as possible.
I've already played through Resident Evil. I know how this works. Why have lickers in this game, though? I don't think there's any reason to have lickers in this game other than just, well, blatant fucking fan service. Oh, this is gonna be one of the... Fuck you, game. Just fuck you in advance.
Damn it! They hurt us!
I love this shit. Oh, good. The slow-moving elevator, just like the Verdugo fight, except more annoying than tension than scary. Actually, I don't want to waste my grenade launcher on these fucking things.
Come on!
Alright, fuck this. I'm out. I am not wasting my ammo on these goddamn things. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Get the fuck in here, son of God!
Are you okay?
Good lord.
You grab it.
Okay.
Man, you're being awfully suspiciously generous, game.
You
I
grab
wonder
it.
what the
Okay.
occasion could be. Could it be that there's possibly
Take it.
a
Roger.
boss
Come
fight
on.
coming up?
Take
Okay.
it.
Roger.
No, give me the ammo.
I need ammo.
Use this.
Thank you. Yeah, her pack meal tendencies are starting to work in. Okay, at least I got one. Ah, I think I know what's coming up here.
What the hell?
This was in the pictures, too.
Wait, that means Jill might be here.
World Star!
Done.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Yeah, start hacking the computer in a giant underground facility with its own security system. I am sure nothing bad is going to come from this.
Jill.
Wait a minute, when did she get blonde too?
There's so many. They must be kidnapping people from all over the world to experiment on.
Gee, what gave you that idea?
It stopped.
Why?
I don't know, probably because you two idiots were
Well,
farting
that's
around
why.
on it. Oh, this could happen! Yep, boss fight time once again. I have no idea. Oh, God! Ooh. Jesus Christ, I forgot that shit. So yeah, another boss fight. I forget what this thing is called, I'm not gonna lie, but I will admit, out of all the new designs in this game, this is probably my favorite. I mean, sure, it's basically just a giant thing crab, but it at least looks cool, even if it's not, doesn't evoke any sense of terror or dread. It's at least a good design for a giant fuck-off monster. So, how do you kill this thing? Well, should be pretty fucking simple. Just shoot its legs. Now, what you want to do here,
This.
chuck in a grenade. After you do that, its brain is exposed. That is the main weak point of this boss. Pretty much, shoot the glowing spot, or shoot the legs while occasionally avoiding its attacks. It's not a very difficult boss fight. There is some degree of it just because of the sheer size of the goddamn thing, and the fact that it likes to birth out a bunch of little annoying ladies to impede your progress and waste your ammo. They don't do much damage though, so it's not exactly a big freaking deal to have to kill them. But overall, I would say this is one of the better boss fights in the game, at least in my opinion. It's not exactly a hard challenge. You can figure out a 3-point fucking world with a giant bullseye over it, but still, it at least, you know, it does provide some form of cathartic satisfaction in the long run, just killing this giant thing, so it does redeem itself somewhat. Oh yeah, and those little bastards drop out as well, so. Oh. Okay, so he's not as easy as I thought. He actually moves a lot faster and hits a lot harder than I remember. By the way, if you ever play this on New Game Plus, if you give Shemit a longbow in this fight, it is ridiculously clunky. I'm not even kidding. Alright, so these little bastards, yeah, let's throw out the egg now. Yeah, you can definitely see what I'm talking about with the recoil. It's not very easy to do it. It's going to jump around on you a lot. That part is definitely good. Whereas having shot an AK platform in real life, I can vouch for how uncomfortable it is to full auto. No fun. No fun at all. Actually, you goddamn thing! Well, piss it off. Why do you have to have that cutscene all the fucking time? Why not just, I don't know. Why switch from the cutscene to that? I mean, wouldn't it just work better if you just had it running naturally in the in-game engine? Ow. I will say, I do think this boss track is one of the better music tracks in this game. Even if it does feel a little bit derivative of one of the boss themes from Resident Evil 4. I can't remember which off the top of my head, but it's fine. I wouldn't say it's a masterclass of music or anything, but it's serviceable. Nope. Ah, god damn it. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of music out of this S75. I am not wrong. Also, I don't know why they have to have that play every single time you get stuck. I mean, I already know what to do. Once is enough. Yep, that's it. When in doubt, always bust out the Magnum. Magnum's pretty much the instant I win button for most of the boss fights in this game. Prepare for anti-climax in 3, 2, 1. There we go!
Damn it. Where is she?
Mr. Redfield, how nice to finally make your acquaintance.
Who the hell are you?
Excelligione. She works with Tricell,
Nice. You've done your homework.
an officer in the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium. Why?
As if I need to explain myself to you. Although, weren't you two given orders to retreat?
So it was you.
Where is Jill?
Jill, even if I did know, you think I would tell you?
Cut the crap. Tell me where she is.
As soon as you two are done with your little vigilante mission, you should leave. There's nothing here worth throwing your lives away for.
She's lying. She knows something.
It's time we get some answers.
Did I mention this is one of those idiot plots yet that basically wouldn't exist and would not go the way it was if everyone involved wasn't completely fucking stupid? Oh, you wait, that's what the boss was called. Fun, joy, happy, wonderful times, yay. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Ugh. It's only gonna get more painful from here. But until then, thank you all so much for watching and suffering through this playthrough. If you like this video for some godforsaken reason, go to my YouTube channel where you will find all my previous Resident Evil 5 live streams, previous Resident Evil live streams in general. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow for Chapter 5-2 in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Fuck this game!